the Prince and Princess of Wales are thinking of moving their cosy Adelaide cottage, which is a relatively small 4-bedroom house on the grounds of Windsor, to a Gothic pile, a place called Fort Belvedere.
Meghan Markle stares at photos of Forest Lodge every single day. 6 bedrooms, rose gardens, everything she threw away when she left the royal family. Catherine didn't need to say a word to destroy her. She just had to live beautifully while Meghan watches from exile. The psychological torture is so complete that Meghan can't escape her own imagination. Catherine turned Meghan's biggest weakness against her.
Thank you.
Good morning.
This is I've never seen this place before. I was quite taken aback by the sheer scale of it and the sheer size of it. It's somewhere near Virginia Water, apparently.
Yes, it's amazing.
A single property purchase has sent Meghan spiraling into a psychological breakdown that she can't escape. Because Forest Lodge isn't just Catherine's new home, it's the physical manifestation of every dream Meghan abandoned when she left the royal family. Psychologists call it anticipated regret, the torment of imagining the life you could have lived. For most people, this remains abstract. A career not taken, a relationship that ended too soon. But for Meghan Markle, her alternate life has taken physical form in the shape of Forest Lodge, a Gothic estate that Catherine and William quietly purchased outright.
It is a long time ago, was Edward III, and when he was with Willis Simpson. So it's very odd. I thought that there was not a place like that could have been
Right.
This isn't about real estate. It's about psychological warfare at its most sophisticated. Catherine has weaponized Meghan's own imagination against her by simply living the life Meghan threw away. The human brain has a cruel design flaw. It's wired to constantly compare our reality against our possibilities. When those possibilities remain invisible, we can manage the pain. But when they're displayed in newspaper photos and architectural tours, the torture becomes unbearable.
Who's been looking after it?
Well, who knows? I mean, it's just extraordinary, isn't it? But it's
Surprised it's not full of migrants.
Perhaps they want to take that over before they all pour in.
Oh, well, you get a few in there. But it's a giant.
Forest Lodge represents everything Meghan believed she was entitled to when she married Harry. The prestige, the history, the quiet dignity of inherited wealth and position. Instead, she chose Montecito, a Hollywood mansion that now feels like a gilded prison. The genius of Catherine's approach is its complete passivity. She's not attacking Meghan. She's not even acknowledging her existence. She's simply living beautifully while Meghan watches from exile, forced to confront the magnitude of her miscalculation every single day.
Let's read you some of the things. It's a large hall, drawing room, dining room, library, domestic quarters for 3 or 4 staff, 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. Meghan will be pleased because she's got 16 bathrooms. Large garden, rose garden, formal garden.
The real turning point came when Meghan realized that Catherine's silence wasn't weakness. It was strategy. Every non-response to Sussex attacks, every refusal to engage with drama, every quiet estate purchase was building toward this moment of ultimate psychological dominance. While Meghan exhausted herself with Netflix documentaries, Spotify deals, and carefully orchestrated paparazzi walks, Catherine was playing an entirely different game. She was accumulating the one thing Meghan had thrown away: genuine royal authority.
I hope they've got some place where Princess Charlotte can kick a football.
Yes.
Because she was sensational yesterday.
Yes.
Looked so gorgeous, and Prince William is smiling with her like no father could ever do better than that. So anyway.
Forest Lodge crystallizes this dynamic perfectly. Catherine didn't announce the purchase with fanfare. She didn't stage photo opportunities or give exclusive interviews about her decorating choices. She simply moved in, with the quiet confidence of someone who belongs. This restraint is what makes Catherine's victory so complete. She's not competing with Meghan because she doesn't need to. Competition implies equality, and Catherine has positioned herself as operating on a completely different level.
2 tennis courts, 2 lakes, paddock, lawns, absolutely amazing. But we don't know, this might be somebody trying to make them look a bit nasty and grand, super grand. Because
for Meghan, who built her entire post-royal brand on victimhood and grievance, Catherine's refusal to provide any material for complaint is maddening. How do you play the victim when your supposed oppressor won't even acknowledge your existence? The psychological pressure is immense. Catherine's silence forces Meghan to fill the void with her own paranoid interpretations. Every dignified royal appearance becomes a personal attack. Every positive headline becomes evidence of a conspiracy against her.
It's going round about William and Catherine. They're actually not fair and not true. But, we'll find out about this one.
But a lot of that is spurred on by the sort of the squad, isn't it? The people who support the other side, if you like, Harry and Meghan, which is nothing to say.
What nobody expected was how Catherine's domestic choices would become instruments of Meghan's psychological torture. Every detail about Forest Lodge, the 6 bedrooms, the library, the rose gardens, reads like a catalog of everything Meghan convinced Harry to abandon. The estate's history adds another layer of cruelty. These are the kinds of properties that come with royal birth, not royal marriage. Catherine can live there because she earned her place through decades of service. Meghan could have lived there if she'd stayed and done the work.
It up.
But it happens, doesn't it?
Yes, but there'd have to be massive amount of changing it and painting it and building it and all that sort of thing. It will take forever, won't it?
Oh yeah,
so they're not going to try and get in there quickly before the winter comes.
And is it owned by?
But here's where Catherine's strategy becomes truly masterful. She's not just living well; she's living exactly the life Meghan imagined for herself, but with none of the shortcuts Meghan demanded. While Meghan fought for privacy exemptions and special treatment, Catherine quietly learned royal protocol. While Meghan demanded immediate global platforms, Catherine built credibility through consistent service. While Meghan chased celebrity friendships, Catherine cultivated institutional relationships. Now Forest Lodge stands as proof of what patience and genuine commitment can achieve. Catherine didn't need to burn bridges or stage dramatic exits. She simply outlasted Meghan's tantrum and inherited everything Meghan thought she deserved. The comparison photos circulating online are particularly brutal. Catherine unpacking boxes with serene dignity, while Meghan rages in Montecito. One woman building a legacy, the other desperately trying to monetize her grievances. For someone who demands constant validation and attention, Catherine's ability to generate positive coverage through sheer competence is infuriating. Meghan can't compete with someone who isn't competing back. The emotional climax comes from understanding what Forest Lodge represents in Meghan's fractured psyche. It's not just a house she'll never live in, it's proof that her entire worldview was wrong. Meghan built her royal strategy on the assumption that the institution needed her more than she needed it, that her celebrity status and modern sensibilities would revolutionize the monarchy. Forest Lodge proves how thoroughly she miscalculated. The royal family didn't collapse without Meghan. They didn't struggle to maintain relevance or public support. They simply continued their work while Catherine seamlessly filled any void Meghan's departure might have created. This is the psychological knife twist that Catherine probably didn't even intend. Her success proves that Meghan was never indispensable. The monarchy survived not just despite Meghan's departure, but because of it. Every photo of Catherine at Forest Lodge is a reminder that the royal family is thriving without the drama, demands, and constant crisis management that defined Meghan's brief tenure. The institution Meghan claimed was suffocating her is now producing the kind of dignity and stability she can only watch from afar. The cruelest irony is how Catherine's restraint highlights Meghan's desperation. While Catherine quietly builds her legacy through service and competence, Meghan exhausts herself trying to stay relevant through increasingly frantic media appearances. Forest Lodge becomes the perfect metaphor for their different approaches to life. Catherine invested in something permanent and meaningful. Meghan chased quick returns and immediate gratification. Now one woman has a legacy estate, while the other has a rental mansion and a pile of canceled contracts. For Harry, watching his wife's psychological deterioration while his brother and sister-in-law ascend to their natural roles must be particularly painful. He gave up everything for someone who can't stop obsessing over what they lost. The consequences extend far beyond Meghan's personal anguish. Forest Lodge has become a symbol of everything the Sussex brand lacks: authenticity, permanence, and genuine connection to British heritage. While Catherine settles into rooms that have housed royalty for generations, Meghan paces through a California mansion that feels increasingly like exile. The contrast couldn't be starker or more psychologically damaging. This isn't just about real estate preferences. It's about the fundamental difference between earned authority and assumed entitlement. Catherine's right to Forest Lodge flows from decades of service and commitment. Meghan's anger about her Montecito prison stems from her belief that royal privileges should have come without royal responsibilities. The public reception of these moves tells the complete story. Catherine's estate purchase generates admiration and approval. Meghan's California lifestyle generates mockery and indifference. The same audiences that once sympathized with Meghan's royal struggles now see her as a cautionary tale about entitlement and poor judgment. Business implications follow psychological ones. When your personal brand is built on victimhood, someone else's obvious success becomes your biggest liability. Catherine's quiet triumph makes Meghan's complaints seem petty and self-serving. The media landscape has shifted accordingly. Royal correspondents who once treated Sussex grievances seriously now focus on William and Catherine's rising stature. Meghan has become a footnote in a story that's moved beyond her. The long-term psychological effects of Catherine's passive dominance will likely define Meghan's remaining years in public life. Forest Lodge isn't just a home Catherine will enjoy. It's a permanent reminder of the path not taken that will haunt Meghan indefinitely. This represents a masterclass in psychological warfare through simple excellence. Catherine didn't need to attack Meghan directly. She just needed to live the life Meghan abandoned, but live it better than Meghan ever could have. The genius lies in how this strategy is completely sustainable. Catherine can continue building her legacy through service and competence, while Meghan exhausts herself fighting phantoms and chasing relevance. For future royal dynamics, this establishes a powerful precedent. The best response to family betrayal isn't retaliation or public drama. It's simply continuing to excel while letting the betrayer's choices speak for themselves. Catherine has proven that in the long term, character defeats charisma, service trumps celebrity, and institutional patience outlasts individual tantrums. These lessons extend far beyond royal family politics. The most profound impact may be on how we understand power itself. Catherine wields influence not through force or manipulation, but through the simple act of being undeniably excellent at her role while others around her fail. The universal lesson here transcends royal gossip and celebrity drama. It's about how the greatest victories in life often come not from defeating your enemies, but from so thoroughly outclassing them that defeat becomes inevitable. Catherine's approach offers a template for dealing with toxic people in any context. Don't engage with their drama. Don't validate their grievances. Simply continue building the life you want while they exhaust themselves fighting battles you've already won. Forest Lodge proves that sometimes the cruelest punishment you can inflict on someone who wronged you is to live beautifully without them. Success, dignity, and genuine happiness become weapons more devastating than any direct attack. For anyone who has ever been betrayed by someone they trusted, Catherine's silent victory provides both inspiration and strategy. The best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting better. In our age of constant social media warfare and public disputes, Catherine's restraint feels almost revolutionary. She demonstrates that you can win decisively without ever appearing to fight. The future will likely remember this period not for Meghan's complaints or Harry's grievances, but for how Catherine transformed potential family scandal into personal triumph through the simple act of refusing to be dragged down to her opponent's level.